PFF has gradually dropped their player/position rankings throughout this offseason, and they range from laughable to egregious to actually not that bad, at least some of them. So you know how it is during the actual season, right? We grade and critique the players on the field. So for this episode, we're actually going to grade the graders. Give a grade to each PFF offensive rankings as it pertains to your Pittsburgh Steelers. And then tomorrow we'll do the defense. Let's get into it. Big Deke news. Starting off, we have the Steelers offensive line ranked at 12. And going back to what I said in the intro, I feel like this is actually not that bad. Says it's 4 higher spots than what we finished at the end of last year. And I think this is fair enough for now. Like, we still got to see how some of these new pieces gel together. But you think we added a top 5 offensive guard and drafted a left tackle in the first round to an already above average unit. So I expect us to be solidly in the top 10 by season's end. So I'll give this ranking a B+. I feel like we could be above some of the other teams that are ahead of us right now, like the Broncos or the Colts, hell, even maybe the Chargers, but I'm not going to be too harsh about it. At wide receiver, they have Deontay Johnson at 24, and then our other receiver, George Pickens, is not listed in their top 32. I feel like this is Deontay's range right now. At first look, it seems like they actually give Deontay maybe too much respect. It might be a little high. But when you see some of the names that are below Deontay, like a Keenan Allen, who's always hurt, Michael Thomas, Calvin Ridley, Mike Williams, Michael Pittman Jr., I don't think I'd drop Deontay below them. But if it were me, I would definitely be finding a way to get Pickens on this list, especially if we're talking projections going into 2023. So for that, I'm going to say C+. And now for the running back position. They have Najee Harris at 19. My knee-jerk reaction is this is way too low. Like, if one of you guys came up to me on the street and just asked me the question, hey, Deke, is Najee Harris a top 10 running back? I'd say, yeah, absolutely. That's a no-brainer. But what I will say is this. There are a lot of good running backs in the league right now at this time, for whatever reason, that make this a little bit more tough. Like, for me, I feel like I would definitely find a way to get Najee into my top 10. But for PFF, at least you got to be bumping up Najee like 5 or 6 spots from 19. Because you have way too many guys ahead of him that are either injured, banged up, or have only done it for 1 year with less overall production than a Najee Harris. So for that, I'm going to say D+. For PFF's tight ends list, I got this broken up into tiers. Tier 1 is the elite tier. Kelsey at number 1, Mark Andrews at 2, Kittle at 3. Okay, whatever. And then tier 2, they have labeled as great with potential to become elite. And they start off with Dallas Goedert at 4, TJ Hawkinson at 5, and then Pat Freiermuth at 6. This isn't bad. I think worst case, Muth is top 6, top 7. So this seems about right. I think you can make a case for putting Muth at 4 over Goddard or Hawkinson. It's just that they've been doing it a little bit longer. So I'm not going to be the one to be complaining too much here right now. Let's go A-. And for your quarterback, Kenny Pickett is ranked at 22. This is actually a weird, pleasant surprise, especially when you compare it to some of the other offseason QB lists that have already come out. And plus, look, bonus points. They even have him above Brock Purdy. But I'm sorry, it's still too damn low, because look at some of the other quarterbacks they have listed ahead of KP8. Mac Jones, Russell Wilson, Tannehill, Fields, Danny Dimes, Derek Carr. Fast forward all the way up to Tua at 11. Dak Prescott at 10. Kirk Cousins at 9. Oh, Lord. I'm taking Pickett over all those guys for 2023. Mark my words. So this one gets an F+. The plus for at least not having Pickett ranked as low as like 28 or 29 like that one CBS article did like a month ago. That's it for this edition of Big Deke News on a Wednesday. Let me know your thoughts. Were my grades right? What do you think of PFF's rankings? How would you switch things up? What would you do differently? Let me know down in the comments. But stay chilling. I hope you enjoyed, and peace.